Yo, what's good, YouTube? I am Prince Trader, better known as TPT Concepts. Today is July 31st, 2026. The time is now 9:16 a.m., and I will be trading SPY here today. But before we get into these charts, let's get a word from Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Today's word comes from Colossians chapter 3, verses 23 through 24. And like I told you guys, until I get to the end of this book, I'm getting it from a book called God's Little Instruction Book for Men. Okay, let's read. Work willingly at whatever you do, as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people. Remember that the Lord will give you an inheritance as your reward, and that the master you are serving is Christ. Okay, I'm gonna read it one more time. Colossians chapter 3, verses 23 through 24. Work willingly at whatever you do, as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people. Remember that the Lord will give you an inheritance as your reward, and that the master you are serving is Christ. Okay? Here's the quote right here in the book that goes along with it. It says, "It is not what a man does that determines whether his work is sacred or secular. It is why he does it." All right, I'm going to read it one more time. It is not what a man does that determines whether his work is sacred or secular. It is why he does it. Okay? In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, always give thanks to the Lord. None of this is possible without Him. When you first come to the charts, you always come to forexfactory.com, see if you have any news. Okay, today is Friday, July 31st. Scroll down here. We have some medium impact expected at 10 a.m. All right. So we will watch out for that. Okay. If you're new to the channel, I would greatly appreciate a like and subscribe. All right. If you're not new, let's get into a top-down analysis. I want to say I took a trade every day this week, I believe. And I will actually show you guys the 4 trades I took. Okay. And we'll go over it while we wait for positions here today on this Friday. All right. So let's get into a top down analysis. The previous daily candle closed bullish. Okay. So today I have a bullish bias here on SPY. All right. So let's mark it up. We got a strong little gap up here in the pre-market. Here go yesterday's. Let's see, yesterday's high of day, 742.45. Okay. All right, the low, 734.59. See, what I've learned is the markup, because I like to be in the lower time frames. All right. Shout out to my boy Sensei the Trader. But my boy taught me to mark up on higher time frames. And then I can feel I have more conviction on the lower. You feel me? And I'm gonna explain that to you guys a little later as the day go on. So the low was 734.59. Okay. And as you can see, price has gapped up here. And here on the daily time frame, we do have nice clean candle coming up here. So I will use this as this high, which is 745.53 as an advantage point here today. Okay. So this is what I'm looking for here. Let's go down to the 1 hour. Okay. And you see how this lines up? Look what happened when we get below yesterday's high of day. The market pushes down. You see? Push down. So I do feel comfortable taking sales below 742.45 today. Definitely had to be range two. Alright, we have a nice resistance right here. There. Okay. And you see, this is a strong level of resistance. But when price can get above and retest, we do push up. So we'll be mindful of that. Market opens in about 8 minutes. All right, the first 15 minutes, I'll let it go by as usual. Let's go to the daily. Yep, so this is what I have here on SPY. Yep, okay, okay. And now our job is just to wait on price action. Let me get a picture of this. And I'm just trying to make it more simple for myself. And it definitely has been working. What's the time? 9:23. What was Monday? The 27th. So let's see. All right, here go the trade I took on Monday. It was bullish on the day, waiting for a range two breakout, and you see how price came below the high of day from yesterday. Okay. Then we put our navigation zone. Look here to the left, seeing what price did below this level. Waited for candles to close with top and bottom wicks. Waited for this candle to make a top wick to retest the navigation zone into the break of the lows. Got a nice push down. All right, this was Monday's trade. Okay. And I'll go over the rest of the trades as the session goes on. Okay. Nice trade there on Monday. My boy Nick went for a setup.
Get through the beginner stuff is really just knowing where the market's going to go, and at times not having any criteria being met according to your setup and entry. That's it. That's as hard as it gets. So look, it's not that hard, right? I'm chilling. I'm still alive. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong.
I think he's talking about not entering the market unless your setup appears. Yeah, we are near a lot of resistance. tell you that. I will tell you that. But you see how it lines up here on the 30? Nice clean candles coming up here. And we get above. Nice retest. We push up. And you see here, as long as we trading above here, the buys may be valid. All right. But yeah, we start breaking down. We can look for some sales. Okay. Okay, I'm getting my levels from like the daily, but I'm taking my setups on like the 15 and the 30 minute. Like the trade I just showed you, I took that out the 15 using higher time frame key levels. Shit. Okay, the main thing is having the previous daily candle boxed in because we know that it's orders on the previous day. So we can get a pullback and then a push up, that'd be great. But we may get a if we get a push up here, we can find some type of resistance. I wouldn't mind taking some cheap shorts coming back down. All right, so we got a few options here today. Just really got to be patient and wait on price action. Okay. Trading non-negotiables. No revenge trading. Execute when edge appears. Go with first instinct. No clean traffic, no trade. Plan the trade, trade the plan. Top down analysis required. 1 to 2 trades a day. No FOMO. No revenge trading. Execute when edge appears. Go with the first instinct. No clean traffic, no trade. Plan the trade, trade the plan. Top down analysis required. 1 to 2 trades a day. No FOMO. Got a bullish bias today, so here are my options for above the range, inside the range, and below the range. Daily focus, last day of the trading week, finish strong. Last day of the trading week, finish strong. And now, give me a moment. I'm about to type up. Let me show you what I'm feeling about price action at the moment. I'm about to type it up. Okay. Get my mind right. All right. We'll watch my mentor. In the meantime, market opens in 1 minute. If the setup isn't perfect, no entry.
Gonna try and get in on current candle highs if possible. Stops are gonna go below 90, and then targets are gonna be oh 08 and then 17 here. So we're gonna need a lower wick. Hopefully, this could be exactly what shows.
You heard that? He needs a lower wick before entry. Look like he may be taking an onion with his clean traffic hit to the left. All right. Patient here. Okay. Let's see. It's 9:30. Okay, my bad. I had to get that journal entry out the way. All right, I have a bullish bias on SPY today. Price gapped up in the pre-market. We were trading close to some key resistance levels on the 1 hour time frame. Today is Friday, so I must be patient and wait for candles to close. Top analysis is done. When I see my edge, execute with no fear, bro. Okay, and this current 1 hour candle has a little bottom wick, and the previous bearish candle has no top wick, and we can see the market coming to give it one. Okay, 85% of candles have top and bottom wicks. Don't believe me? Do the research. We have news at 10 a.m. No position until after news at 10 a.m. All right. All right. Let's be patient. Wait on price action. See if my boy found a position. Oh, he got a buy stop. Let's tune in.
Where's stops? All right, all right. Let's put a visual. Let's get the visual. Here it is, my friends. Probably just get rid of that. That's the vibe here. Bam. All right, so we'll see if we can get activated. But it's 9:30, a lot of volume. We're in a 4-hour targeted area, right? Tapping out of that support level right there, potentially ready to pull back on this 4-hour candle. 1 hour also tapped into the target officially. We also have a no bottom wick 1 hour candle here. This candle has tapped into that zone, which is also, again, the 4-hour zone. So, anticipating the rejection out of here at the moment. We've been moving.
You see how he's just trading identical price action, looking to the left to get right. And I'll be honest, these buyers stepped in strong. Previous 30-minute, no top wick. You see that? All right. Previous 30-minute candle, no top wick. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna be patient here on this Friday and finish the week strong. All right. News at 10. News at 10.
30-minute and 15 closing strong bull with volume coming in. So I think could run up to entry quickly. Quickly. Counter trend. I mean, you could wait for range two, but at 9:30, I'm gonna get aggressive here and probably look for the longs outside out of this range. You're welcome. Bad vision. I like it. All right, we'll see what happens here. You might wick down into this zone here too. We'll see. We might, if it gets too low and the stops become too big, then we might delete and wait for another closure. Tap, tap, tap. All right, we'll see what we do. Johnny Gems, are you still in the chat? All right, let's see what we do in these wicks. I may have to delete this because the
My bad, YouTube. I was on mute the whole time. What I was saying was, if we even want to think about being buyers above here, we can navigate through the range by using this pre-market resistance where price is rejecting now and see what we do. And don't forget, we got news at 10 here on this beautiful Friday. Okay. I think my boy deleted his boss. Well, it's still there, I think. You know what I'm saying? And if you see this price action we are currently looking at right here on gold, this is why we wait for bottom wicks instead of just hopping into the buy when we see a support. You see what I mean? So, okay. So aim at the retest the pre-market high. Okay, so we're seeing price get up to this level and reject. Mhm. Okay. We just put that there so it can make sense to us. You know what I mean? So we just want to be looking at the candle just moving. Why is it doing this here? All right, now you see we coming down to yesterday's high of day. Very crucial level. So what I'm gonna say is, as long as we can stay above, let me see here, these levels. Remember, I said I wouldn't mind price coming back to make a support and then pushing back up. All right, we do got nice clean candles coming down. All right. But below here, we need a range two, break and retest, or a celery play. Okay, because I have a bullish bias, so below the range, these are my options. Okay. I'll just try to keep it mechanical. You see how up here we were navigating the buys? We are bullish. Okay. You see it rejected, pulling back. So now we're going to navigate down here to see if the buys are still intact. But the buyers can't hold this level here. Sellers might be in the market, and we will look for a position. Okay. 15-minute trying to close bearish. Broke the previous kind of low. Like I was saying, these candles did not have a bottom wick, you see? Market came back and gave it one. All right. 30-minute has also flipped bearish. 1 hour is pulling back. All right, so let's be patient here. Wait on price action.
My Blue Chew Gold just kicked in. Sir, that is always an immediate yes for me.
My husband has been initiating in the bedroom again, and it is all thanks to Blue Chew Gold. Blue Chew Gold. Blue Chew.
Not bad, YouTube. Yeah. They going hard on his on the blue chew, dog. Okay, you see the 1 hour is flipped bearish as well. We got about 13, 14 minutes here. Okay, 1 hour rejected this pre-market high. It's pulling back. And again, we start closing below yesterday's high day. Yeah, we're gonna have to navigate through this range. Nice clean candles coming down. All right. The price did leave a wick to fill. Mhm. See what my boy
in this
talking about.
range, then yeah, the shorts are looking pretty good. Come down for that daily low. So I love
Wow.
the
Aligned again. Talking about sources. Wow. Aligned. Again, when you start to become aligned with your mentor as you're doing the exact same thing, you say, thank you, God. That's what you say. You thank the Lord. Because he's looking at sales on NQ, and this is S&P. They move in tandem majority of the time. Nothing is guaranteed. Okay, my bad, you guys. Let me show you. Let me show you. Connected, real time, real money. The VIX is trading at 17.54. Got about 5.6 million people trading SPY right now. Price is coming back below yesterday's high of day. Let's see if we can hold it. Market is creeping below that 9-period EMA as well. Well, we got about 11 minutes. 11 minutes for this 1 hour candle to low. Just be patient here. Wait on price action.
There's enough needless nonsense in the world already. Your phone plan shouldn't add to it. Verizon's new Simplicity plan cuts down on the nonsense in your life. Now there's just one plan, one price, $30 a line per month, even for a single line. And everyone gets our best 5G network. It's a phone plan designed to do exactly what a phone plan is supposed to do. Isn't that a lot simpler?
Okay. Came down to this navigation zone, kind of rejected it. And again, that's how I started putting them on the chart when I trade, um, so I can see what's going on. You know what I'm trying to say? Not just keep sitting here getting FOMO. And I'm not joking. Look, this is I want to be transparent on this channel. This is not joking. Look, buyers have this is the 9:34 a.m. Buyers have stepped in the market pretty strong at the open. Don't want to get FOMO, so I'm watching Nick be disciplined to inspire me. However, I need to get the job done. I'll do it. No dumb trades, bro. Stay focused on the long term vision. One session, one trade doesn't matter. It's the repetition of following my rules, even when it's very difficult. That's what this channel is made for. All right, we got less than 7 minutes. I mean, we got about 7 minutes. 7 minutes for this 1 hour, 30-minute, and 15-minute candle to all close. And since I have a bullish bias, I'll let the initial breakout go. Okay. I'll wait for a matter of fact, I got it right here. Let me show you. All right. Price rejected the pre-market high and is trading below yesterday's high day. I'm going to be patient and wait for either break and retest or a celery play for sales. But if price makes a support on yesterday's high day, I'll be looking for long entries. Nothing yet until candles close. Okay. And the celery play is just pretty much price closing below here. Okay. Buyers trying to step back in the market, but failing to close above yesterday's high of day. Okay. Then I will wait for a top wick on the next candle and enter the break of the previous candle low. Celery play is nothing but an engulfing candlestick pattern. Okay. All right, but again, you see, we rejected this pre-market high. We're trading inside of this navigation zone. So this navigation zone look like it's going to be breached. Okay. No trade unless navigation zone is breached. Candle closure inside. All right, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. See what my boy does.
Emotions are running high. I get it. I get it. 5. Buy or sell? Yes. Facts. 100%. Absolutely. Joe, Japan. Hey, Japan in the house. What's up, Clinton? Hey, I guess the night's still... Nah, the night's still young over there. 10:55. Depends how old you are. You know, it depends your age.
Okay. Just basically waiting for a setup, which is what we have to do as professional traders. 4 minutes. 4 minutes for this candle. YouTube. We got less than 3 minutes, less than 3 minutes for this 1 hour candle to close. All right. And again, we got news at 10. So maybe looking for settlements around like 10:15, 10:30, 10:45, something like that. All right. 30-minute rejected to navigation zone. They're trying to close above yesterday's high of day. And again, YouTube, if we can't hold yesterday's high of day, then that's letting me know as a trader the sellers may be stepping into the market here. But again, we got news. We got news in 2 minutes. This is not financial advice, but when news is coming out, I've learned my lesson. Okay, I'll just wait. You could take it or leave it, but I just had to let you guys know because it happened to me. All right, 1 minute. 1 minute for this 1 hour candle to close. There's candle top. Wait, it's the field. What's it looking like? All right, news is going to come on in about 30 seconds. Get a picture of this. And this is just going right here. Okay. I want to know how the 1 hour candle closed in that second 15-minute bar. Second 15-minute candle. My bad. That boy Cheddar Tug got me saying bar. Okay, we have officially closed below yesterday's high of day. We just got a bearish candle here. 15 minute. All right. So this is the news handle. It can go either way. Okay. Uh, so let's be patient here and just wait on some price action. So pretty much I'll draw it up something like this. I'm not taking these sales here because I am bullish, so I'll let it go. So I'm waiting for a break and retest or a seller play. All right, meaning I need buyers to step in below here. Okay. And then I want sellers to override them. Okay. But as far as buys, looking for something like maybe boom, 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 potentially. All right. Something like this. Something like that. Here it is, and nice clean candle here on the 15. I mean on the 30. And we have nice clean candles here on the 15th. All right, my boy still waiting for a setup. All right, this 1 hour close with a little bottom wick and let the long top wick to fill. And yeah, price could just go straight down today, but I'm gonna wait. I am going to wait and be patient here. All right. Hey, like I said, if sellers get below this yesterday's high of day, we could potentially have a push down, but I'm waiting for my entry. And I just want to take this breakout here because price could easily fake out, close back inside this range and push back up. So I will wait till I get some bears to close below. Buyers may try to step back in. And if not, that's cool. Market to be open on Monday. Okay. I'm only gonna risk my capital. I hope you guys could hear me. My volume was low. I'm only gonna risk my capital for a setup that I want to take. And like I said, I didn't want to take this first breakout here today. Okay. Again, this candle here closed side of navigation zone. We did get a nice top wick, broke the lows. Okay. But again, that was not my setup due to the fact that I am bullish and I did not want to just enter a short position at this support level. All right. Get a nice push down here. A nice push. All right, nice bear celery here. And again, a celery is nothing but you see an engulfing candlestick pattern. All right, nice top wick.
If you're looking to learn how to trade, a community is very important, and I've joined previous communities.
Okay, so you see this closure below yesterday's high day, top wick, boom, nice push down. But again, news is coming out, so I was just chilling.
Very important that we wait on this closure here. Closure looks good though, especially now that we broke the lows, broke the highs. We'll see. We got what, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Let's go. Finally found my phone. Oh my god, my life is.
All right. So we'll see if maybe we can get a pullback. But if not, again, market will be open on Monday. It's all good. We observe price action. See, we got the closure below. Nice push down. So, Europe. I look like price came down to retest this. Yeah, resistance. So, maybe price come and retest this support before coming down or retest this support. Or we just keep bleeding straight down. Okay. It's a bleeder. It is a bleeder. But yeah, I put this here to try to navigate to see if we can maybe take some continuation or see if price want to find support here and retest yesterday's high of day. 1 minute for this 15-minute counter to close. All right, so the news kind of sort of stepped in pretty hard. All right, 15-minute candle closing about 20 seconds. All right, we get a closure. Low here. The next candle goes to top wick. I'll enter the break of these lows. See if price want to continue down. All right. I want a steeper top wick than that. If we keep bleeding or we keep pushing down, it's all good. Kind of want price to give me a top wick, at least up in here. Somewhere up in there. I'll let it go. Friday's price action. Mm, 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 mm. I don't. Okay. We did get a closure below, but we were waiting on the top wick, and this is why. That's a nice top wick for me. We can re-break the previous candle lows. But again, that's why I had the navigations on there. Oh. Okay. Got a strong push down out the open. So pretty much we're trading in between two. hmm, So we could take sales up here because it'd be underneath the support. All right. Okay, that's a nice top work. So we all right, the VIX is trading at 18.34. And again, if a support is made here, we'll be patient, see what the market want to do. So now we're currently, like I said, trading back between yesterday's high of day and yesterday's low of day. Okay. So again, let's wait. Mm-mm-mm. Broke these lows, then we start pushing back up. So that's why I was patient on that top wick. But we re-break these lows here. I will want to enter a short position. But until then, I'll just be patient. Mm. 7 minutes. 7 minutes for this 15-minute candle to close. So if you were in that short and took some profits at that resistance, great trade. Great trade. Dum, 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 dum. Got about 6 minutes. And this looked like a long position. My boy Nick was looking like taking earlier, and I wouldn't mind taking it either. Gotta wait for these candles to close though. All right, navigation zone put there. We not surprised when buyers step in. Okay. All right. And again, right here at 9:45, we got a closure below yesterday's high of day, and the market, boom. That's how we start marking up our levels on the daily time frame. All right. We got about 5 minutes. 5 minutes for this 15-minute candle to close. Okay, YouTube, we got about a little over 2 minutes for this 15-minute counter to close. Let me show you where my mind is at here. Price is at a key navigation zone that has been breached. If price makes this support on the 15-minute time frame, I'll be patient, wait for a bottom wick to see if price want to retest yesterday's high of day. If it makes a nice top wick, then break the lows, I'm looking for a short entry. Okay. All right, we got about a minute, a little over 1 minute for this 15-minute candle to close. And again, it'll be a support made on top of this key resistance that took price down to this support, which is yesterday's low of day. All right. Here I'll be targeting yesterday's high of day. All right. And maybe this opening candle here. That's what price give us an entry. So if you're in shorts, I definitely hope you took some profit. 30-minute pulling back. Okay, we got about 20 seconds. All right. Feel like price to time make support, but we will be cautious because we need this candle to close with a top wick and the next candle to give us a bottom wick. This candle closed with no top wick. No trade for me. No trade. No trade. Close with no top wick. And the 30-minute close bearish. Yeah, I'm good. I'll let it go. I would say if news wasn't at 10, this was a decent setup. These sales coming down. And again, if this current candle here can give us a top wick and manage to come back down and break these lows, I will be short coming down. But again, we could come retest yesterday's high of day. It wasn't my entry. I would not feel any conviction. I wouldn't have any conviction in this trade. So all right, my boy, haven't found a setup either though. Like,
Execution itself becomes your edge when you're waiting for the right opportunities. Bum, 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 bum. 4 hour coming back up on NQ. Not liking any of these closures at all.
did I not just? You see when you be aligned? I literally just said that. Did I not say the closures? The only setup I have right here is pretty much if price. Hold on a second. see price pulling back up. My bad, YouTube. My wife, who I love dearly, just came down here. It's all good. Okay, remember this level we had marked up earlier? Okay, this 1 hour candle closed in 25 minutes. Let's see. All right. So that's what price is doing. Yeah, this is what price is doing. This in this range now. Yeah, man. Yeah, but like I said, if I see some buyers step in and we able to get below them, I'm in the market short. Like I said, I did want to pull back. And again, as long as we below this navigation zone, buys are invalid crazy. Because look, I mean, you feel me? We gotta get back above here. You feel me? And get some retests if we plan on going back to retest this pre-market high, which we might, because this 1 hour candle is pulling back hard, and we get more conviction with this retest. So, mm, but we would have to get above yesterday's high of day. Alright. Mm, 16 minutes. Okay. Well, this is price action. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Let's see.
Right? The shortcut is always find someone to help. So I'd find some help. I tuned, and this is what I did, or I tuned into like Raja Banks' stream. I'd find some stream, right, that I can kind of, work alongside of and start to learn a little bit. I get some sort of educational material that I can study a little bit.
Right, and that's why we be watching him, because that's what he did. Okay. Yeah, I said I want to be a buyer. Gonna retest these yesterday's high and day, but so price has came back up here in this navigation zone. To be completely honest, yeah, just keep an eye on it because this is a range two breakout. We can go over to range 2 again. You see here, boom, range 1 and range 2. All right, so we broke these current lows. I will be short. See if we get a wick fill. And if you want to come retest this yesterday low of day. Now add more right there. Like I said, I didn't want to take the initial breakout because I figured price would kind of pull back like it did now. And we don't know if it want to keep going up or break the lows to potentially keep going down. So I'm gonna just wait. I still got about 20 minutes for this 30-minute candle to close. But we are back inside this navigation zone that we breached earlier today. And again, I showed you my boy really haven't seen a setup either. Like I said, that wasn't a bad buy, but I just did not see my setup, so I had to let it go. So I had to let it go. What do you say? TKO. All right, so the 1 hour is pulling back. Wow, inside this navigation. Oh wow. Oh man. We got what 18 minutes for this 1 hour candle to close. And buys here could potentially come up here. TKO. Shit, still waiting, still waiting, still waiting. The only thing I have now, man, is either closures back above here for potential buys, or right now, if we break this candle low, then I will be short. I explain to you why. Range 2 breakout. Did not take the initial. I waited for price to come back and retest. You probably hear my son in the back. Him and his cousin. Choo choo. My boy Choo Choo. Shit. And I go low risk here on this Friday. And again, shoot, 30. So, like I said, I didn't take this first breakout. Okay. But you see price close below this major support level here. We're kind of retesting it with this wick. I drew this out earlier. I want you guys to see. Remember, break and retest. Okay. And that's exactly what I have here if we break these lows. And this bottom wick is the support. The top wick of the current candle, the retest. And you see my entry right below the lows. But price closes back inside this navigation zone. I'm gonna be honest. I'm looking for buys coming back up. Okay. Wait for this 30-minute candle to close for the buys. I will wait for the 30-minute candle to close for the buys. But as far as the sales, we rebreak these lows. I'm short. And I did not go long on this 15-minute candle because it did not have a top wick. Okay. Okay. And again, that's why we got to be patient here as day traders. Okay. Got to be patient. This 15-minute candle close with no top wick as well. Oh man. But again, that's why we gotta be patient here and just wait on price action. Yeah. 12 minutes for this 30-minute candle to close and the 1 hour will just pull back a lot. And again, if we're able to close back inside of this navigation zone, we do have clean candle and a wick to fill here to the left for buys. I am bullish. You probably hear my boy up there screaming. My wife screaming at him. I love him. Oh. Oh man, but this is Friday. Friday's price action. Friday. Right, you too. That's the only reason why I didn't want to take the first breakout trades is because I was bullish. Because my target is definitely the support if I was to enter some shorts. So, okay. Well, we are getting buyers to step back in. 1 hour has flipped bullish, I'm sure, of course. All right, we're coming to retest yesterday's high of day. And again, even if you know, can call out price action if like you don't get in when your edge appears, then like trading could probably become stressful for you, right? Because you're not gonna always be able to call out the market, you know what I mean? But you have data on your edge. All right. What I mean by that is, let's see, boom, this right here. You see? The edge, you get percentages from August of last year to June of this year. These are percentages over 100 trades. Okay. All right, my boy's still waiting. I'm still waiting. But again, I can't cap. We got, what, 9 minutes for this 30-minute counter to close? Some days the market um, will not allow you to have an entry, and that's okay. Because those were some of my worst days trying to force an entry. Like, oh, I feel like the market going up here, force it, and then if you lose it, you feel horrible because you're like, dang, all I had to do was just wait. So I don't like feeling like that. You feel me? So I'm just waiting from now on and judging by identical price action. You feel me? We can stay above this navigation zone here. We could potentially come retest 746.47. So if the market gives us an entry, or they could be just trying to squeeze these sellers so hard that that they can just keep pushing out with no entry. So if the market not give you an entry, you have to know the objective is way bigger than you. Okay, it's not like, oh, I see the playthrough trader want to go long right now, so I'm not gonna give him. Oh man, I see that a lot of niggas went short, so I'm about to come get their orders. You know what I mean? It got nothing to do with me. I just gotta wait, bro. All right, 7 minutes, 7 minutes. All right, we back up to a key level. Yesterday's high of day. And like I said before, we can make a support around yesterday high of day. And, mm, these candle closings are so tough, bro. They're closing with no wicks, bro. Mm. They're tough. Can't even cap. Today's price action is tough, but we gonna fight through because we tougher.
I was not talking to anyone. I was like literally like just monk mode in my basement, and I just missed the idea of being with people, you know? So I'm like, all right, let me just start a YouTube channel and take trades. I'll share my trading, I'll share my life philosophies, and we'll see what happens, you know? And now it's nice because pretty much every time I trade, I get to hang out with you guys. And
Beautiful. All right, we got 6 minutes for this 30-minute candle to flow. Um, all right. Right here. This bottom wick right here. Sellers got activated. And the stop loss more than likely is above this yesterday's high of day. And it's gonna hit. So again, if we can close above and then retest, I'm gonna go long. But just gotta wait for the candle to close. If it gives us a setup, until then, gotta be patient.
Two people place the same exact trade. One loses, the other one wins.
My bad with the YouTube ads. Trying to have the music flowing, baby. And again, you want to reach out to me on IG or anything of that nature. Boom. And always remember when you start something new or doing something, going after your dreams or anything of that nature, remember that your family and friends are not going to support you. But don't you dare feel any type of way because they're not supposed to. Meaning they're not obligated to. They're not obligated to. You know what I mean? Don't expect someone to do what you may do for them. And then I'm learning that life moves smoother. Still gonna be some ups and downs, but at least I am not expecting nothing from nobody but Jesus Christ. All right, we got 4 minutes. So we tried to get back above yesterday's high of day, was unable to. And if you guys remember distinctly, I said if buyers step in the market and are unable to close back above yesterday's high of day, with this navigation zone being breached, I'm thinking about some short entries because I'm bullish below the range. It's going to be a seller play. Okay. That's if that happens. To be completely honest, this all depends on the wick. It all depends on the wick of the next candle. Because if these buyers hold strong, next candle come down, give us a nice bottom wick to retest. I'm entering the break of these highs, but it's clean traffic and wick field to the left. And potentially this resistance right here. Okay. We got 3 minutes. Let me type this up real quick. Okay, YouTube. We're like partially trying to close back above yesterday's high of day. And if we can, like I said, I'm going to be waiting for a bottom wick like I said, where I'm looking to be short and price makes a support. All right. Just had to adapt with the market. See here. Ba-doop-doom-doom. Right. Turns. All right. We got 13 seconds. See that. All right. Again, we're just trading identical price action. When we get above here, we may push up. All right. Let's wait for a bottom wick here. All right. No bottom wick, no trade for me. Dum, 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 dum. All right. This would be considered an onion play. All right. So we are making a bottom wick to retest this yesterday's high of day. If we can come down to the navigation zone, that'd be even better. That would be even better. And we are bullish. I'm targeting this clean candle and wick field to the left. All right. All right. Price is giving us a nice bottom wick here. You know what? I'm gonna go low risk here on Friday, but I will add to a winning position. Uh, okay, so price closed above high day. We got a bottom wick that retested yesterday's half day. So if we break this previous kind of high, I will be long here on SPY. I really do pray and hope I'm doing a great job of explaining this to you guys. All right. We're simply just marking up key levels on a daily time frame and come down to the lower time frames for entries. All right. So if price was able to close above yesterday's high of day, and I'm bullish, um, I have to execute this because of identical price action. When we get above here and we retest, we push up. So, and again, price does not have to do anything. Okay. All right. And that's why we don't enter with no bottom wick, right? Because price could flush. Got a nice support here on the 1 hour as well. Okay. And we came down and made a bottom wick to retest this navigation zone. More conviction for this trade. All right. Like I said, we break the previous candle highs. I will be long, targeting more than likely this resistance here, and full will be right here. Yep, that'll be the trade for me. All right. Navigation zone we marked up earlier. We made a support. Our bottom wick is retesting it. We are bullish on the day. This would be considered an onion play. This will be my only trade of the day. Then I'll call it stop loss right here. All right, that's the trade. And in fact, I'll do advantage point here and then full TP would be the wick fill. All right. So I'll enter the break of the highs, and then if we get up to 743.31, I will add some more here today on this beautiful Friday. And again, trading is a business, so don't go thinking that you're going to win every trade you take. You definitely have to pay expenses. That's why we keep our risk low enough to stay in the game. Okay. Shoot. All right, now all we can do is wait. Trading is 95% waiting. Still got 23 minutes for this 30-minute candle to close. All right. Oh, my boy said he is done for the day. Bloomberg it is.
outlook. But the good news is that this company is a cash cow. 32 billion.
Up and down 26%. Huh. Okay. That's what we have here. Let's wait on it. Just wait on it. Rest in peace, takeoff. Just wait on it. No cap. All right, time is now 11:07 a.m. We've been here for almost 2 hours, been patiently waiting, and you see why I did not take the initial breakout. Alrighty. And again, if price get below here, I am short. Okay. Because again, we would have tried to come back above yesterday's high day, unable to do it, and be below a support level. And we got clean candles here to the left. All right. But for now, we can just be patient. But yeah, we break these highs, I'm long. This may be a no trade day. Who knows? Who knows? But this is why you just don't enter buys. And this candle here shows you why you just don't enter sell. Okay, so again, we got a closure above this navigation zone. We wanted to retest and break the highs to move on up. but it may not be in the cards. That may not be in the cards. Again, it's no surprise that price is struggling at yesterday's high of day. But again, this strong support engulfing bullish candle, we break these highs. I want to see if we keep pushing up. Because sellers tried to push down and they failed. They were unable to. If price is able to retest this navigation zone and break these highs, and that's just giving me my conviction. Again, thanks again for all the support. Some days be like this, and I'm gonna post this video whether I take a trade or not. Usually I'll just post the videos I trade on, but we need to know that there's no trade days as well. Let me get this all stop confusing guys. Just wait. All right, no entry just yet. Still got about 18 minutes here. Like I said, we just wait on this bottom wick. Okay. We may be getting that resistance made here on yesterday's high of day to take sales coming back down. We got less than 3 minutes for this 15-minute candle to close. So let's see here. Let's see. We said we're gonna wait for a pullback. This may be it. 2 minutes. Okay, so I guess we make a resistance on the 15-minute under yesterday's high of day. Wait for a top wick for the next candle. See the price want to push down, and I'll be targeting these clean candles here. The price keeps coming back above this navigation zone as if it wants to push up. And if you break those highs, I will be in. Okay, so 15 minute. Trying to close above. There's notifications on. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I'm entering because my edge says so, but I'm definitely going low risk. One of the stronger. This is the not. Hmm. But we did just make a resistance here at yesterday's high of day. Okay. Wow. Hmm. Must be some headlines or something. Yeah, we did break the highs, but I did not enter the trade because we all saw how that went down. Let's see. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna go short. We retested the higher day, made a resistance, so we break those lows. I will be short, low risk. If we want to continue to push down. All right, added some more. Okay, and I could get stopped here, but made a resistance at yesterday's high of day. We got clean candles coming down. See if we can get a push. This is counter trend. Sure. And I'm taking this because we made a resistance here on yesterday's high of day. We retested it and broke the lows. Want to see if we're going to fill this wick. To be honest, if we break this wick, I'll probably add more. I will add more if we break this wick. All right, this is a 15-minute onion. And again, it could work or not. So let's just be patient here and wait on price action. Okay, 15-minute onion. Make sure we journal our trades. Okay, let's see if we can get price to push down. Again, this was the pullback that we drew up in the pre-market because we don't want to take the first buy. So that price run, cool. If not, cool. Okay. Okay. Like I said, we got a resistance made here on yesterday's high of day. Nice retest. Let's see. I went low risk because it says counter trend. right. See if we can rebreak these 15-minute lows. All right, that's the trade. That is the trade. Let's see. And again, we got a resistance made at yesterday's high of day and a retest. I want to see if sellers want to push back down because they stepped in pretty strong out the open, or buyers could be stepping in. We do not know. Alrighty, let's wait here and be patient. That's what we wanted to trade, and the setup appeared, so we had to enter. And if we break these lows over here, I'm going to add a little bit more, targeting these clean candles to the left. And I'm sorry if you hear some noise in the background. The family's upstairs. Okay. All right. Thank you guys again for all the support. This is a 15-minute bearish onion play. Pretty much taking a sell off of a resistance with a retest. Okay. All right. Let's see here. We break these lows. I'm gonna add some more. All right. As traders, our jobs are done. All right. Our jobs are done as traders. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see if we can break these lows. All right. Like I said, you gotta wait before you get in the trade. Wait when you get in the trade. You gotta wait, 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 and wait, and wait, and wait some more. Because we're not in control. You know what I'm trying to say? That's what make trading like difficult as human beings just sitting there, you know what I'm saying, with your money going up and down. You be thinking you need to do something, but hey, we did all we can do today. I told you I wasn't taking the first one. I waited for a pullback, got a resistance at yesterday's high of day, went short. All right, that's all I can do. That is all I can do as a trader. That's all you can do. That's all we can do as traders. Okay? Just wait. I'm gonna add a little more here. All right. See if we can break these lows. Okay. We broke the lows. All right. Let's see if we want to keep pushing down or not, or not. Okay. All right, to be completely honest, I'm targeting yesterday's low of day, but realistically, um, I'm targeting this support right here. All right, get all that stuff out the way so we can see what's going on here. So my stop loss above yesterday's high of day. And the reason I'm in this short position is because we made a resistance at yesterday's high of day and retested it. Okay. I want to see if price can continue to push down here. We got about 4 minutes with a 30-minute and a 15-minute to close. Okay. This might not be a bad spot to take a little bit too at this wick. See if we can get down here. All right. Remember we drew the break and retest for the sales? All right, we'll take a little bit here. All right, better get that advantage point. Uh, all right. Okay, let's go over this trade. All right, we don't like to be here that long, but today we definitely had to wait for this setup. So let's start on the daily time frame here. We were clearly bullish from the previous daily candle closure. Okay. So we marked up yesterday's high of day. We marked up the low of day. We went down to the 1 hour and we got some key levels. All right. We patiently waited on price action, marked up our navigation zones. All right. And we've seen that sellers stepped in hard out the open. All right. But since we were bullish, I said that I wasn't going to take the first breakout. I was waiting for a pullback or a seller play. This is like all in one. This is a seller. This turned into a celery play, onion, everything all in one. So long story short, we came and made a resistance at yesterday's high of day. And that's telling me sellers like buyers like, yo, we're not going back up there right now. We could do it today, but I'm just saying right now because we day traders. You know what I mean? So we hopped into the short after we got a nice top wick, which was a retest. All right. Came down, hit the vantage point. And if you're any shorts, you can probably hold them to 738.41. But the real target will be yesterday lower day. We may or may not get there. But you see here in the daily time frame, we have already made a bottom wick today. Okay. So to break these lows, that's it's pretty special. But this was my trade here. Okay. I hope you guys got some value from this video. You can reach out to me on IG at PrayThirTrader_. This was a simple onion play, a sell off of resistance. Okay. Waiting for a top wick on the next candle. All right. Thank you guys again for all the support. I am the Pray Trader TPT Concepts. God bless.